So at Ironclad Restoration Marketing, our big theme and what we try to teach our clients, and then what I try to teach my audience is taking an omni-channel approach to marketing and the visibility of your business, or being omnipresent, meaning you're everywhere, right? There's a ton of online marketing options out there. You got to try them all. But because you don't want to put all your eggs into one basket. Anybody realize that Google Maps was down last Thursday? For like almost all day, you couldn't search a business. You couldn't find anything on Google Maps. It happens. Google's just a service. So if you're somebody that relied solely on your Google business profile to drive leads to your business, you had a whole day that nobody could find you. And it started at like 4 a.m. East Coast time. So if you're into 24/7 disaster recovery and somebody's trying to find you on the Maps app or online, you weren't going to show up. So it really puts you in a negative situation. So you want to make sure that you're dominating all the channels that your consumers and your target customers are paying attention to, which includes your website. Starts with your website. That's the hub of information. And this is the omnipresence method right here. You know, you've got your website. You want to dominate the search engines with SEO by setting up your online directories and your backlinks. Utilize pay-per-click and LSA. Big one here is Google Business Profile, which ties into your Google Maps rankings. Not neglecting social media, but also, understanding where social media fits in with the type of customer that you're trying to attract. And then being a part of industry associations and conferences and networking groups is a big one too. We want to be using a good combination of all this stuff and then making sure that you're extrapolating the data out of it to understand where you're going to spend that money. So if you're one of the people that looked and said, look, there's too many options out there, I don't know how to spend my budget correctly, this thing and getting this together is going to help you do that over time. All right, and the big one for me, and this has zero to do with digital marketing, this is a branding play. I firmly believe in getting involved in every single regional and national association that you possibly can. And the thing I love about Core, and they can give themselves a pat on the back, is you guys they've cultivated this culture of networking and peer help, right? You can look at the next guy sitting next to you, and if you have a problem, they're going to help you work through it, or at least give them your experiences, so that information and that peer and that networking is invaluable for your business. You should never look at anybody else out there as your competition. You should look at people as either somebody that's going to help you, or something you don't want to do, or a way you want to create your business, or reaffirm that you're on the right track, right? Sometimes, if you're like me, I'm very impatient, so I have a hard time looking ahead 3 or 4 years. And a lot of us do that. We live in a microwave society. We want results now. So being involved in these associations is huge, and it's a huge part of this omnipresence and omni-channel approach, because you want to be known everywhere. Getting involved in your community. Anybody out there that's versed in SEO, backlinks are a big part of one of the 400 ranking factors. And getting involved with your community is something I believe in. I run a charity, a nonprofit down in South Florida. I like to give back. I give back to my community because that's where I exist. That's where we do business. But selfishly, if you guys were to, a really great way to create a backlink and make an impact in your community from a marketing perspective, you can set up a scholarship fund, and we'll talk about this a little bit in SEO, for $500 or $600 to your local high school, and you would have a really nice backlink on a .edu website. So, ethically, you should be giving back to your community. Get involved in charities, get involved in the local schools and donating. It's a big part of being known and branding your business. And then on the other part of that is what we do a lot here, is creating helpful video content. You're going to see how video transcends just making a video of yourself, and it helps you with your SEO. YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world, believe it or not. So having helpful video content is really going to help build trust with your target customer, whoever it may be. And it's also going to give you a really nice pieces of content. And we'll talk about that in the omnipresent and syndication part of this presentation.